So Katie Price is going in on Phillip Schofield, and whilst the story about him has settled completely, she's definitely bringing his name back up again. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hope you guys are doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button. It is daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get straight into this quick 2-minute video. So Katie Price has gone to her TikTok live to discuss different matters, and she did mention Phillip Schofield, and it's caught the headlines in the press everywhere. And this is probably not what he would want, considering that, you know, Hugh Edwards, Dan Wootton, you know, his name is not really being mentioned. So I'm sure he's quite happy about the fact that dust is very much settled in regards to him contacting, you know, boys or via social media, some who are actually minors. And then of course, you know, the grooming allegation when it comes to Matthew McGreevy, who has also been extremely quiet. And I thought that there were reports coming out that he was going to speak out, he was going to say stuff. You know, what's happened to that? That's, in my opinion, being completely buried. I haven't seen anything from Matthew McGreevy. Are lawyers telling him, you know, to keep quiet, or has he been advised to do so? Or, you know, I don't know. I just find it to be very odd that we've heard nothing from him at all, and he was going to speak out. Anyways, Katie Price has come to her TikTok to basically explain that, you know, Phillip Schofield did not like her at all and was completely fake on the cameras towards her, and that off camera he did not have any kind of compassion or friendliness towards Katie Price. And basically she literally said that he is a very much two-faced man, like a lot of people are in the industry. So, you know, yet again, somebody else saying so. I can't imagine, you know, whether you're the biggest presenter or the smallest, interviewing somebody as a guest, and when the cameras are off, you're not speaking to them. You're not treating them like human beings. You don't want to even talk to them. But once the camera's on, then the performance begins, and then you suddenly act like you want to be friends with them. I just find that to be very heinous behavior. It's very common in the industry, but, you know, people are calling Phillip out once again, and this is about his character. Once you're being called out about allegations, and then there are also about your character, you can put the two together, and I'm not surprised. She also does mention Holly Willoughby, saying that Holly doesn't like her either, most likely because Holly is close to Pete, but she's not bothered by that at all. You know, it is quite sad that the Phillip stuff kind of has just quietened down in terms of what Matthew was going to say. You know, I felt like, you know, that voice deserves a voice, and unfortunately we just didn't hear anything from him directly. Probably his choice to be quiet, but I feel like he probably was, you know, governed by lawyers via Phillip, and I think that that is just extremely unfair. And I think with Phillip, Dan, Hugh, all that's in common is that these men are using their power and using their leverage to, you know, go for those who are much younger, or going for those who are easier to exploit. And I just think that it's a message that nobody's really spoken about until this year. Like, I do feel like, and I don't mean to be rude even saying this, that, you know, there are so many conversations being forward about so many different, you know, demographics or minorities in some kind of capacity, showing light and awareness. And, you know, I think that's absolutely fantastic. I'm a minority myself. I think it's great. But somewhere in the line, you know, what in the world of being so aware now, there's been zero conversation about young boys being groomed, young boys being sexually abused by much older men. There's nothing of that. I haven't seen it anywhere. So I just find that to be confusing. In the world of being so aware now, of people who are suffering in different ways, and, you know, privileges and etc., why hasn't there ever been a conversation like this in the mainstream? Like, I don't understand that. I find that, I was just thinking about it yesterday, and I just find it to be very odd that we just don't have that anywhere. And it has to take men like this being exposed for people to realize, wait a minute, these men are grooming young boys. They're not going for their own age mates. They're using their leverage. They're using their power to distract. You know, you think like sweets that they're holding in a candy shop in front of kids so they can lure them in because the kid wants the sweet. Just like Matthew wants to be the presenter. Just like that young boy that Hugh was contacting wanted that crack. He wanted that drug money for his addiction. There's a distraction. The grown men know it, and they will exploit you for it. Oh, you're homeless. Oh, you're running from abuse. I'm going to make you do things that you don't want to do that I want, and only you're going to do it because you're broke enough, you're homeless enough, you need that addiction, you want to be that presenter, you want to be XYZ, you want something and I can give it to you, and therefore I'm going to exploit you to make you do things that you should not be doing for my gain as an individual. And unfortunately it seems like either the men don't get blamed, or when they do get blamed, it seems to be temporary and we just go back to normal. You know, I've expressed this before, but if there's 3 men in the limelight that's been discussed with similar behaviors, with allegations, only in 2 months months, you can only imagine how many people there are who are not in the limelight all over the UK, all over the world, and it just seems to be very much common. And I just think that in the society that we live in today, we're so advanced with, you know, being aware of so many different conversations of those who are suffering, but we just have not had some mainstream conversation about young boys, and I just find it to be so bemusing. It's so odd to me. But anyways, let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this video. Subscribe to the channel, click that button. Kind of went off on a rant, my apologies. Subscribe, I would really appreciate it, because I'm extremely tired today, but I'm still trying to give you guys quick bite-sized content to keep you guys entertained on the weekend, because I work every single day to give you guys fresh content. Subscribe to the channel, click that button, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.